Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much guys for tuning in, and thank you so much guys for subscribing. I know that most of you came from TikTok. I really do appreciate it. And if you just stumbled across this video, you are welcome. And as the title says, it's a get to know me. I have compiled a few questions right here, things that I just feel like you guys should know, and things that are also just dear to my heart. And without any delays guys, let's just get into it. I have a lot of names. I'm not sure if it's a cultural thing for Bamboo people or black people in general to have a lot of names. I think everybody just wants to give your child a name, your parents, your grandparents, your namesakes, like everybody wants to give you a name. So my names are Elizabeth Itsue Uvegalikano Nilong. Uvegalikano is where I took Uva for short, and that's what I prefer being called. I am 24 years old. I'll be turning 25 on the 13th of September, so I'm a spring baby, and I do not believe in horoscope, so we are gonna skip that part. And siblings, I have 6 siblings. I am number 2 of 2 on my mother's side and number 5 of 6 on my father's side. So I have 3 older brothers, an older sister, a paternal twin sister, and a younger sister. So what you guys are gonna be expecting on this channel is basically everything. I don't want to put myself in a box just yet. I just want to explore. This is a personal channel, so it's mostly about me. Okay, so it's mostly just about me, but obviously depending on the content that you guys love, or if you guys are interested in certain topics, I'll make sure to post more of those things and then just throw in all the other things. I don't want to restrict myself just yet. So I grew up in Ondangwa with my mom, my sister, and my aunt. She is younger than me, and I was happy, okay? But then looking back at it, maybe it wasn't so normal. So just a bit of context. My parents got married in 2008, and then my mom had to move to the village with my father because that's where my dad works. And my sister, my aunt, and I had to stay behind in Ondangwa because the schools were a bit better compared to the school that was in the village. And so we lived in Onguta. It is, or it was back then, it was an informal settlement, and we lived in a shack. Fortunately, we had electricity. Other than that, it was just us, the 3 of us on our own. My parents came to visit us once a month, and that's basically just it. And from what my mom is telling me, people were not really happy about it because, first of all, we were kids, girls for that matter, in an informal settlement. So most people were like, we are not going to amount to anything. They were like, these kids are definitely going to fall pregnant. First of all, it's in an informal settlement where you have a bar here, a bar there. Like, there was so many things that could have gotten into our way of growing up and developing, but thank God that did not happen. And for me specifically, what kept me off the streets was I went to a lot of after school programs and church. So from Monday to Friday, I was going to either Rosing, where I would go to the library, or would take part in science and math clubs. I think Rosing had those things. And then when I grew older, I think grade 7, somewhere there, I started going to KYD, Cathedral Youth Development Program. It was a profit organization that came from the American people, so we would go there after school. So basically I was kept busy. I was kept off the streets by these things, so I really didn't get that time to be in the streets. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, I was at church. We had a church called I don't remember, but it's an Orthodox church. That side of the suburbs in Shinimeshivla Street, those sides. But most kids that went there were kids from SOS Village. I don't know how I got to know about this church, but basically I was never in the streets, and we thank God. We thank God for that. Kindergarten, I don't remember. I don't remember the name of the school, but I know it was a Christian school. Our teacher was pastor. And then grade 1 to grade 7, I went to Shinimeshimvula Primary School. And then grade 8 to grade 12, I went to Ekulo Senior Secondary School, and I'm currently at UNAM School of Medicine. nothing. I just found myself here. To give you a little bit of context again, I never had a dream career. Okay, I was well. I did want to be an actress and a model. Those are the only things that I wanted to be, but I didn't know that we had those schools here. I didn't know that we had a college of arts in Namibia until I came to Windhoek. And also looking back, my parents are Vambos. I don't think they would have allowed me to do acting or things of that nature. But when it comes to like now the traditional careers that we have, I never had any of those things. I never wished to be a doctor. It wasn't until grade 11 when I needed to like look for something, like life was getting serious now. I need to look for a career. I need to do something. It wasn't then when I like started talking about these things. I remember one time with my classmate, we were talking about the smart people from my school, and what they were doing. Three of them were doing medicine. One was doing veterinary medicine. The other one went to do chartered accountancy. And so I felt like I'm just gonna do medicine because like what else is there to do? I, however, knew what I didn't want to do. I knew that I did not want to be a teacher because my father is a teacher, and I had this belief that kids need to be better than their parents. I know it is a toxic way of thinking. You can definitely become what you want to become, but in my head I was like, I cannot be a teacher. My father is a teacher. I need to be something more. I need to be better. And I also knew that I didn't want to do nursing because in my head I thought doctors bossed nurses. And I don't like being told what to do. I don't like being told what to do. But obviously that is not true. Okay, it's not true. Doctors don't boss around nurses. These people are colleagues. Two different professions working side by side for the goodness of the patient. So nobody's bossing around anybody. But then again, in that time, I thought they were bossed around by doctors. So I don't like it when people tell me what to do. I just don't like it. And the other option that was there that most people expected me to do was engineering. Again, I don't like being told what to do. I felt like people were telling me what to do because every time somebody saw me, they were like, oh my God, okay, engineer Ketu, you're going to do engineering, this engineer. Because where I grew up or the environment that I grew up in, smart people did engineering. And so I felt like I was not in control of my life. Like people were telling me what to do. Like it's like everybody knew the direction that I was going into except for me, and I didn't like that. So I was like, I was going to do anything other than engineering. So I didn't want to do engineering, and that's why I just found myself in medicine. And honestly, I am not regretting it. I like it. I believe that certain things come from God. Okay, even though it wasn't a dream, even though it wasn't something that I grew up wanting, and I just happened to be here. I love it. I couldn't have it any other way. Okay, I honestly I love it here. You know, so you don't always have to long or to want something badly for you to find fulfillment and comfort in it. Like I found comfort, I found fulfillment in studying medicine. I love it. Okay, I love it, even though my dream jobs were like acting and modeling. I love it here. Okay, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm a born again Christian. I gave my life to Christ in 2021, and as I told you earlier, I grew up going to church a lot, and so it's not like I had an encounter, and there's nothing wrong with people who have encounters with God. As for me, I have always been with God, or God has always been with me, and it was only 2021 when I was like, you know what, let's take this thing seriously. That's when now I like started diving really deep into the things of God, and I haven't looked back ever since, and I don't regret the decision. And I know it is hard when you are young and a Christian, you are in your youth. It's hard, honestly. It's hard because I remember somebody telling me once that I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing at this age. That time I think I was 21. Yeah, they were like, you don't know what you're supposed to be doing at that age because I'm not doing the things that other people my age are doing. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a youth and just enjoying your youth. There are just certain things that I don't do, and so it is hard. It is hard because there are things that you want to do as a person, as a human that is growing, but then you also need to look at the godly aspect of it. Is it godly? What would God say about this? What does the Bible say about this? So it's a decision that I made. I don't regret it, and so far God has protected me, to be honest. He has saved me from some weird bad experiences, to be honest. love life is non-existent. I don't date. I've never been on a date, to be honest. And let me just give you a little bit of context. So when I was in high school, I had this one boyfriend, dated him for I think a month or two, and then I dumped him because what was I doing? In my nerdy academic mind, because I was 14 years old, I was just like, what am I doing? And rightfully so, like I was too young to be dating. And so when I wrote grade 12, I was like, okay, I have written grade 12 now, I'm going to university, let me date. And so I met this man, and whew, when I tell you guys, that man showed me flames. That relationship taught me things that a 6-year relationship would teach you. And I was only with that man for 3 months. In the 3 months that I have been with that man, the things I have experienced, the things that I learned. No, first of all, he was way older than me. I was 18. He told me he was 25. Now I know you're allowed to judge me, okay? But then I later found out that he wasn't 25. He was way older than 25, and that explains the things that he put me through, because we were at two different stages of our lives. He was ready to do certain things, I wasn't ready to do certain things. And so in the relationship, I felt forced. I felt like everything, well, I agreed to do the things, but it wasn't what I wanted. And so it was, honestly, it was a lot for me. It wasn't until I came to Vintu, which was 2019, when I got the courage, and that was like 3 months after of us dating. I got the courage to like break this off, and I made a decision. It was actually me and my friend that, okay, for the first 4 years of university, let's not date, because let's allow ourselves to grow up a little bit. No, let's and we made 4 years, to be specific, because she was doing a 4-year course, I'm doing a 6-year course. It will only be fair if we make it 4, because then she will start working, she will have money. And I believe that if you have money, you can date, you can go in, you can have relationships. And so I thought, okay, after the 4 years, I would have grown a bit. I would be ready to do things, things like smashing, going to visit your man for the weekend, traveling with your partner. Like, I thought that I would be ready for those things, because at 18, 19, I wasn't ready. Honestly, I wasn't ready. And over the course of the years, I gave my life to Christ, and then I picked up standards. And so now we are working with the process of elimination. Is he a Christian? Is he not? Does he meet my standard? Is he educated? Is, things like that. And also, it's just, honestly, I don't know. Before I knew it, it was 7 years, or we are at 7 years now. Fun facts, I'm not sure if I have any fun facts, but I can tell you a few things. Then you guys decide if they are fun facts or not. So when I was in primary school, I was taught sign language. I knew how to sign. I remember when I would watch the news, I would put the volume down and just look at the small person that's usually on our screens, and I would understand what they were saying. So I knew how to sign. I knew the binary code, so I knew how to code, because in grade 8 I did computer studies, and we were taught the binary system. And so I knew all those things. Like, I was so cool, guys. Hobbies, this yes, creating content is my hobby. This is the way I used to decompress. With medicine and everything, there's a lot, okay? There's a lot going on, a lot of studying, a lot of reading. And when I create content, I feel different. As you guys heard earlier, I wanted to be an actress and a model, and obviously I cannot do that, but I get to do that through this. So I love creating content. I watch a lot of movies. I don't have a specific genre. Anything depending on my mood, I'm watching. I also read a lot. And yeah, basically that's just it. I'm not really a people's person. You won't find me hanging around with people. I'm usually on my own. That's why I don't even have like best friends. I talk to people, especially my classmates, mostly because of the environment. Other than that, I'm that's it, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, and thank you for making it this far. I hope you have learned a thing or two about me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Shalom.